the sun rays will be falling vertical on the equator. So we will be discussing now equinox. So consider this as the north pole and this as the south pole. On 21st June, the north pole was tilted towards the sun and south pole away from the sun. So position was like this. Now as it moves towards the autumn equinox, that is as it moves towards the 23rd September, on this position, this will be the axis position of the earth. At this position we will have equinox. On 23rd September we will be having equinox, that is the sun's rays will be falling on equator. They will be falling overhead on equator. So at this position it was on Tropic of Cancer. Now as we revolves this 1/4 of the ellipse, as we revolves and covers this 1/4 of the ellipse, the sun rays will be moving overhead from Tropic of Cancer towards the equator. At this position they will be falling vertical on equator. They will be overhead on equator. Now consider this. This is the position when it is on 21st June. Now as the days are passing and we are moving towards 23rd September, or we can say 22nd September, the sun rays will be becoming vertical, and moving towards equator. 22nd September, the rays will be falling overhead on equator, and the circle of illumination, it will be half, dividing the earth. Now all the places on our surface will have equal days and night. All the places on our surface will have equal length of day and night, that is 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. Here as well on North Pole we have 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. So when the sun rays are falling overhead on equator, this position is called equinox. On 23rd September, autumn equinox is formed. Now the sun rays is overhead on equator. As we move away, they will be more slanting. As we move away towards the poles, they will be more slanting, more oblique. So they will be overhead on equator, and at this equinox we have equal length of day and night. And equinox, it is a Latin word, that is aquos means equal and nox means night, equal night. We are having equal length of day and night. This is the position of equinox, axis position of equinox we have discussed. Now as it moves towards 22nd December, that is position on 22nd December, this will be the position, that is south pole will be tilted towards the sun and north pole will be tilted away from the sun. So here was the summer position on 21st June, summer solstice, that is sun was overhead on Tropic of Cancer. Here it became overhead on equator as we move towards 22nd December, that is as we complete half of the ellipse, the sun will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. So from Cancer to equator it has moved, from equator to Capricorn it has moved. So this position, the sun rays will be overhead on Capricorn. This is the position of autumn equinox, that is on 22nd or 23rd September. The sun rays are overhead on equator and dividing the earth into equal day and night. The day and night were equal of 12 hours. At every position on the earth it was equal. Now as we are moving towards the 21st or 22nd December, as we are completing other 1/4 of the ellipse, the sun rays will be overhead at this point, and it will be moving towards the Tropic of Capricorn. So on 21st or 22nd December, the sun rays will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. The sun rays will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. At this position we are having winter in northern hemisphere and summer in southern hemisphere. The sun rays are overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. So more heat will be there. Here we have the summer. And if we consider the length of the day, so this will be the circle of illumination dividing the earth into two equal halves. This side will have the day and this side we have the night. So in the northern hemisphere, that is beyond the Arctic Circle, we have 24 hours of night. We have 24 hours of night since no rays are reaching beyond the Arctic Circle. This is the limit of the sun's rays. No rays are reaching, so we have 24 hours of night at the North Pole. Beyond the Arctic Circle there is darkness. And here in southern hemisphere, beyond the Antarctic Circle, we have 24 hours of day. as we move from equator towards south pole, the length of day is increasing. In southern hemisphere, length of day is increasing. And as we move from equator towards north pole, length of day is decreasing and length of night is increasing. Length of day is decreasing, length of night is increasing. 21st or 22nd December, we have shortest day in northern hemisphere and longest day in southern hemisphere. We will have 24 hours of darkness at beyond the Arctic Circle. 21st December, the south pole was tilted towards the sun, and this is the position on 21st or 22nd December. Now, as we are moving towards March, so sun rays will be moving overhead towards equator. And on 21st March, sun rays will be overhead on equator. And here we have the equinox. And this will be the circle of illumination. So there will be half portion day, half portion night. There will be 12 hours a day, 12 hours of night. So on equinoxes we have 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night, equal length of day and night. 21st March we have the March equinox, or we can as well call it as spring equinox. And on this day the length of the day and night are equal at all places on the earth. All places on the earth, all position on the earth, all location on the earth will be facing the equal day and night. That is 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. That is, we call them as equinox, equal length of night. Now we can discuss them in brief. We have started with June. So on June 21st, it is summer solstice is formed. That is, sun is standing still on Tropic of Cancer. Subsolar point means overhead sun. Sun is overhead on Tropic of Cancer on 21st June. It may be 20 or 21st June. So on June 21st, sun is overhead on Tropic of Cancer, and we call it as summer solstice or June solstice. Now, as we move towards September, on 22nd or 23rd September, sun rays will be overhead on equator. So sun rays in June on 21st, it was overhead on Tropic of Cancer. As we move from June towards September, the sun rays will be moving towards equator. The overhead sun rays will be moving towards equator. On 22nd September, they will be overhead on equator. Now, afterwards, as we move from September to December, the sun rays will be moving towards Tropic of Capricorn. That is, overhead sun rays will be moving towards Capricorn. And on 21st December, sun rays will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn, and we call it as winter solstice. Sun is standing still on Tropic of Capricorn. Now, as we move towards March, we will have the vernal or spring equinox or the March equinox, and the sun rays will be overhead on equator. This is the position on 21st June, that is summer solstice, that is June solstice. Sun rays are overhead on Tropic of Cancer. Now, as you move from June towards September, sun rays will be moving overhead towards equator. So here the sun rays will be falling vertical, that is overhead on the equator, and this is on 22nd September, and we call it as autumn equinox or September equinox. The sun rays overhead on equator. Now, as we move further from September towards December, so sun rays will be falling vertical on Tropic of Capricorn on 21st December, and we have the winter solstice, that is winter in northern hemisphere. Now, as we move further towards March, sun rays will be again shifting towards equator. So sun rays will be overhead on equator on 21st March. So you can see the sun rays, overhead sun rays, they are marching between the tropics. The sun rays are overhead sun rays, they are marching between the tropics. Further the tropics, the sun rays are never overhead. Further the tropics, sun rays are never overhead. So these are the maximum limit of the sun's overhead rays, that is the vertical rays. The tropics are the farthest limit of the sun's vertical rays.